actually recording. What's up, everybody? My name is Egorich.ca, and today I'm going to be doing a video tutorial on how to cut your own hair if you did not have time to go to specialists. So we're getting this hair prepared for a dance competition. As you can see, I've got some hair on the sides I want to clean up right over here. I'm going to be using a set of clippers, just a simple set of clippers. These are not the best set of clippers. You can buy them at Walmart for $20 or something like that. And it comes in with 5 guards, and you are probably going to need them all because there is a specific technique to use to cut your hair. So the transition, or the fade, they also call it fade. The transition is nice and easy. It's very seamless because you don't want it to be looking like a mushroom head hair. And yeah, so let's get started. Several things you have to remember. It is a stage process. In order to get a proper fade, you have to create a guideline. Well, before we hit that, we want to trim the hair, the side hair, just a little bit. So I'm going to be using number 5 first. You also have a leveler on the clippers right here. This is going to be very useful. I am going to level out and put the number 5. You could also have number 6. It all depends on the type of clippers you use, but essentially this is what we're working with. Ooh, another thing very important, you also need the mirror, so you could see yourself and check your progress on the side, as well as you need a few combs, so you could swipe off the unneeded hair and see how you are doing. Once again, pushing it all out. Alright, and I am going for it. And to create the guide, you don't really want to touch the top here because you're probably going to slick it back or something like that. All you got to do is all you are looking for, I guess, is that proper transition that you're going to have on the side. So now I have to mention this. If you have a chance to go to a barber, who's going to do your hair properly, you should do that. This is almost like, oh my God, what do? I want this thing to be looking good, and I don't have time to go and see a barber and get this whole thing properly sorted out. This is almost like a DIY way of getting out of the situation, getting yourself prepared for a dance competition. Now take your time trimming. You want to go high but not too high. So you're going to be leaving some of that hair, and watch the line you want this to be. And as you can see, as I'm doing it, I am sort of finishing it out this way, right? Also, depending on your head shape, I personally work my way this way. As you can see, I'm not really going like this. I'm kind of like doing it this way a little bit. Just gives it a nice touch. You don't want it to be too flat, so you want it to be just a bit, curvy on the sides. Alright, so I'm almost there. I have created in the upper line. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take off all guards. This is ground zero. The next guideline that we're going to set up is actually a very, very important guideline. First is the sides, and even though I want to be careful, I shouldn't be afraid to go for it, Just don't be afraid to go for it. Also know that the hair could be grown in a few different directions, so you have to watch over that as well. This is where my shade is going to start, so alright, guards are lost again. Okay, so as you can see, I left the mark right here. I am going to be working my way up. My initial line, my first line was 5.5, right? And my beginning line is 0, so you want to create 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These would be your lines. and the fading is going to be the halves. And as you can see, I've created, just a second, I've created a very visible line. It is right here going around right there, and you could see it going up in here. We have to create another line in between that. So something between a 3 and a 0, something with a 1.5. We will then fade that later on. Oh my God, what have you done? Oh my God, what have you done? Jokes aside, serious business over here. So another line, definitely you could see it. It's very shallow one too. And this is a 1.5. You should be able to see that I do have a bit of a staircase happening over here. It's a stage process. Now what I'm going to do, I am actually going to use 1.5, or a half and a 1, to fade the bottom line between 0 and 1.5. I'm going to fade it with a half or a 1. I'm going to fade the 3, which is the middle right here, and 1.5. I'm going to fade that with a 2, 2.5. Oh my God, I don't have a 2. Where the hell is the 2? I have the 2, don't worry. The 2 is here. I'm sliding this up. All right, and what I am doing right here is I am sliding that line with that kind of movement. I will also use the slider to go from 2 to 2.5, 2 to 2.5. Really work the slider up and down to even this whole thing up. Now that the line is out, we could still, I guess, work around it. But what I did, I switched the guards from 3 to 4 to 5 to slide in, to slide out. So basically faded this whole line out. The final thing I want to show you guys is how to do the final line. And this is the most awesome line because you get to use the number 1, slide in, and you want to fade it. The final line between the 0 and the 1.5. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just slide up and get this guy faded right here. Right here. Alright, this is probably the most satisfying line to fade because this is what defines a great fade. Yeah, so make sure you don't go too high. You stay below the 1.5 line. So anyways, you guys got the idea. Shoot me some comments or questions on how I did that if you didn't get anything. All the best, happy clipping, and enjoy.